Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemal Shai. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing his truth for sincerity and charity. I'm the brother Elad, and I'm responding to what the apostles put up here. It says that Tamar was the niece of Amnon NOT, sister and brother. And apparently there's a confusion because of what was put into the blue letter. And the blue letter can go off sometimes because Esau, he either errors in his understanding or he purposely causes confusion. So we're clearing it up now that because when you go to the scriptures and you read it from just plain view, 2 Samuel 13:12, it says, "And she answered him, Nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly." Now you have to understand it does refer to they do refer to each other as brother and sister. And I'm gonna explain that because this is Jake talk. This is Jake talk. You see what I'm saying? But it continues, it says that verse 13, it says, "And I, whither shall I cause my shame to go? As for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Now therefore I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from thee." King who? King David. So Amnon was the son of King David, one of his sons. But let me get Tamar. Tamar is the niece to Amnon, the daughter of I believe it was Absalom, which is King David's granddaughter. So King David, being all about the law, he wouldn't have allowed incest. So this is not incest, and we can get that according to Leviticus 18. But if I go to Tamar, because yes, even in verse 20 it says, "My sister, he is thy brother, regard not this thing." But we go to the word, the name. Bear with me a second. And it pops up here. Now, this is where the Edomites say error, because letter B and letter C, this is supposed to be the same thing. Yeah, they erred in that. But the daughter of Absalom is the one that was raped by Amnon. And it's only 2 Tamars so far in the scripture, and that being the one with Judah and then the one in this account. So yeah. So we'll get the precepts, because Leviticus 18 and 13, and concerning the law, if it's not written in the law, it's basically lawful. So Leviticus 18, it says starting up verse 6, "None of you shall approach to any that is near kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord Yahweh. Skip down. It says, verse 9, the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even the nakedness thou shalt not uncover. So King David wouldn't have allowed that. But as she said, I pray you speak to the king. He won't withhold me from you. Basically, he'll order it together. But what happened was Amnon was being thirsty, and he didn't want to wait, and he was just impatient, and then he was just being excuse my American, a nigger about how he was going in this account, because then he tried to put her away, and that was also where he wronged again. In this same chapter, it also says that in the account. Yep, verse 16. And she said unto him, there is no cause, this evil in sending. There is no cause, this evil in sending me away is greater than the other that thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. Then he called his servant that ministered unto him and said, put now this woman out from me, and bolt the door after her. And that's causing whoredom in the land. Because once an Israelite man lies down with an Israelite woman, and it be lawful, and in this sense it was lawful. We already explained King David wouldn't have been down with that. That they supposed to be married, man. That's just law. But he tried to put her away and discard her, essentially. So now my question was, because I got all of this broke down to me by Shakariah, and Elder Shakariah and Elder Yaqariah was there. When I went to Leviticus 18 and 13, it says, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy near kinswoman, the auntie. Verse 14, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach his wife. She is thine aunt. So, essentially, I'm just going to say it as plain as possible. It's lawful for the uncle to get with the niece, but it is not lawful for the auntie to get with the nephew. Essentially what's being said here. If your mother's sister or father's sister was unmarried or whatnot, it says here that you cannot uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. Verse 12, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. So it was lawful, and is lawful for the uncle to get with the niece, but it is unlawful for the auntie to get with the nephew. And that's according to the breakdown here given down the line from the apostles and the elders. But that's to clear that up. So that and then to also explain Jake talk is that when they're calling each other brother and sister, this is a Jake thing. That happens sometimes. You have brothers in the truth that have sons that are in the truth as well, and they may call their son brother, but they're not really siblings. They father and son. It's a Jake talk. I guess this might be an example. It's not that great of an example, but 1 Kings 2 and 10. So David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. So his fathers is what? His father, his father's father, and his father's father's father. It's grandfathers and fathers' fathers. It didn't mean that he had multiple different dads. It's just father, grandfather, great grandfather, and that's what it mean when these people died and slept with their fathers. They went to the spirit world and saw their fathers. This is Jake talk. This is how Jake talks to one another. They may say call each other brother, but they're not siblings. Call each other sister, but they are not siblings. Now, granted, there was an account with the Isaac. Now that's a whole nother story, because you have to remember in times like this, they may have been afraid that Abimelech was going to kill them. So they said, yeah, just say you my sister. Now there's an account with Abraham and Sarah, which were actually siblings, but Isaac and Rebekah were not siblings. But Isaac called Rebekah his sister. So it says in Genesis 26:9, Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And sayest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, lest I die for her. Exactly. He didn't want to die. He thought that they would have killed him. And how things were in the ancient world are very different from how they are right now. But nevertheless, it's Jake talk. This is just how Jake speaks. Even what that theme song on the Boondocks say, the inner glow to let you know to call your brother son. So yeah, sure, Tamar and Amnon may have referred to each other as brother and sister, but they were not. It's essentially what was being said here. Other than that, this is the video right here from the GMS Apostle Street Ministry that basically is saying what I'm saying, and I'm responding to it. So Lord willing, it was edifying. With that, signing off. Shalom.